Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the language of big business to see who is really winning and who is just talking a good game in this latest filing from Lunai Bioworks. Incorporated, we're going to dig into the numbers that show if this company is building a solid future or just hoping for a miracle, so stick around because this one has got more twists and turns than a daytime soap opera. And if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. And hey, before we dive deep into the nitty gritty, head over to the description below and join our Discord community, a place where you can connect with fellow corporate sleuths and get even more exclusive content. Alright, so Lunai Bioworks Incorporated, formerly known as Renovaro Incorporated, and before that Renovaro Biosciences Incorporated, has had a bit of a name change journey, to say the least. By August 2025, they decided to officially become Lunai Bioworks Inc., which signals a new chapter. They re-operating across three main areas: Renovaro Biosciences for cell and gene therapies, Renovaro Cube for AI-driven diagnostics, and Biosymmetrics for AI in drug discovery and precision medicine. It is a lot, but essentially they are trying to leverage AI and biotech to find new ways to treat diseases and diagnose them earlier. Now let's get to the heart of the matter, the financials, because that is where the real story unfolds. And this report shows a huge swing in goodwill impairment. That number jumped from around 11.6 million in 2024 to a staggering 170.4 million in 2025. This is a massive write-down and usually means the company paid way too much for an acquisition, or the acquired business is worth far less than they thought. It is a big red flag, folks, indicating a major loss of value right out of the gate. And speaking of losses, the company reported a net loss of $178 million for the year ended the 30th of June 2025, compared to about $88.4 million in 2024. That is almost double the losses in just 1 year. And when you combine that with their accumulated deficit, which is over $500 million, this company is burning through cash at an alarming rate. On the flip side, their general and administrative expenses dropped by about 27% from $24.5 million to $17.8 million. In 2025, this is likely due to cost-cutting measures like reducing consulting and legal expenses. It sounds good on paper, but when losses are doubling, it is often a sign of trying to survive rather than thrive. Their research and development expenses also saw a sharp decrease, down by 80% from $2.7 million to just over $500,000 likely, because they reshifting focus and discontinuing some projects. This might free up some cash, but it also means fewer new promising treatments are being actively pushed forward. Now let's look at their balance sheet, and this is where the picture gets even more concerning. As of the 30th of June 2025, they had only $92,700 in cash. That is incredibly low for a company of this size and complexity, and their working capital, which is current assets minus current liabilities, is a negative $28.1 million. That means they owe more than they have in readily available assets. It is a very precarious financial position. And that brings us to the accumulated deficit, which is a running total of all losses since the company started. It is sitting at an eye-watering $510.4 million, and that is just as of June 2025. This tells us they have a long way to go to become profitable, if they ever do. They also have a significant amount of debt, particularly convertible notes payable, which at June 2025 totaled around $245,000. And that is just the convertible part. They have other notes payable too, including significant amounts owed to related parties like Pacico APAPS and Laxia Ventures Incorporated. These financial instruments are complex and carry their own risks for investors. If we quickly peek at the consolidated statements of operations, you'll see this story laid out in stark black and white. The total operating expenses almost doubled, mainly due to that massive goodwill impairment, while their losses from operations have grown significantly, a classic case of expenses outstripping any real revenue generation. Their consolidated balance sheets paint a picture of a company struggling to maintain its footing. Current assets are minimal, leaving them in a very tight spot. Indeed, the decrease in total assets from $163 million in 2024 to just over $8 million in 2024 to just over $8 million in 2025 is largely due to that goodwill impairment and highlights the drastic reduction the company's perceived value. It is a stark reminder of how quickly a company's situation can change. Beyond the financials, there is a lot of legal drama unfolding. The company is facing a securities class action lawsuit related to statements made about their former founder Sahat GMRKC, and it seems they reached a preliminary settlement for that case on the 18th of August 2025. But that is not all. There are also shareholder evasive lawsuits alleging breaches of fiduciary duty and gross mismanagement. It appears a lot of internal and external scrutiny is being applied, and these legal battles can drain a lot of resources and create a lot of uncertainty. And what about the people running the show? The report highlights they need to attract and retain highly skilled employees in areas like AI and biotech, but they've also experienced significant turnover in leadership, which creates uncertainty and could harm their ability to execute their business objectives. It is tough to build a strong company when the leadership team is constantly in flux. Now let's talk about investor sentiment. Their stock price has been all over the place with significant fluctuations, and the report warns that its volatility is likely to continue. This means investing in Lunai Bioworks Incorporated is a high-risk game, and losses could be substantial if things continue on this downward trajectory. So what is the verdict on Lunai Bioworks Incorporated based on this filing? While they are operating in exciting fields like biotech and AI, the financial reality is quite grim, a doubling of net losses, a massive goodwill impairment, a near zero cash balance, and a significant amount of debt are all serious concerns. The ongoing legal battles and leadership instability add further layers of risk. The company's future hinges on its ability to secure substantial new funding, which is far from guaranteed, and even then their path to profitability is incredibly long and uncertain from what I can see here. Lunai Bioworks Incorporated is in a very tough spot, and investors should be extremely cautious. The impressive sounding AI and biotech divisions are currently overshadowed by serious financial and operational challenges. It is a long shot for them to turn this ship around without a major financial injection and a complete strategic overhaul. For now, it looks like a company fighting for survival rather than poised for major growth. Alright, that is our deep dive into the latest filing from Lunai Bioworks Incorporated. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance and business strategy. And hey, don't forget to check out the Discord linked in the description. You can join the community and continue the conversation there. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next episode of Corporate Decoder.